BM, everybody flood out. Wanna jump up and look, there is water. Right through the house, many water, like Elsha. Baby can't get meningitis. The baby them could have been drowned in. Them need to go to hospital. Never sick on them. Just 30 grand bed in there, no 30 grand just I know 30 grand picture, no 30 grand rat not all. The contractor, who want back everything. The contractor, who want back everybody. 30 grand bed in there, no 30 grand just I know 30 grand picture, no 30 grand rat not all. The contractor, who want back everything. The contractor, we there. Just night table, touch lamp, mash up, blood scream in there. Everybody mash up, every single soul things were on last night. What caused it? Many water, like Elsha, flood out. Waking up, feel water, flood out. Name brand furniture, name brand bed, and name brand car. Everybody flood out. 30 grand bed in there, no 30 grand just I know 30 grand picture, no 30 grand rat not all. The contractor, who want back everything. The contractor, who want back everybody. 30 grand bed in there, no 30 grand just I know 30 grand picture, no 30 grand rat not all. The contractor, who want back everything. The contractor, who want just 30 grand bed, 30 grand just 30 grand fit, 30 grand rat not. Many water, everybody flood out. Many water, like Elsha. Every single soul things were on last there. Contractor, who want back everything. The contractor, who want back everybody. Justice.
Okay.
Justice. Oh no! All them I go see tonight. All them I go see tonight. Oh, flash too sweet and too cute. All them I go see tonight. Oh no! All them I go see tonight. All them I go see. Oh no! The baby them I go sleep tonight. Where the man a control the work them? Yeah. Where the contractor them? Inna the gully water. Me just in a bad body. Call contractor. Sweet and too cute. That is friend. All them I go see tonight. Alright and clean pretty baby. Who want justice? We need contractor. No good. Me stop the break. Yeah, me stop it. Cause me quote the game. I'm in a gun. I'm not a gunman son. I'm not a gunman family. I'm not a gunman brother. I'm not a gunman man. Cause my head sick bad. No one know. All them I go see tonight. All them I go see tonight. Yes, too sweet and too cute. All them I go see tonight. No one know. All them I go see tonight. All them I go see. No one know. The baby them I go see tonight. Physical. Me stop the break. Yeah, me stop it. My mad, head sick bad no good. Inna the gully water, stop it. Where the contractor there? Who want justice? Oh, the baby them a go slave. Yeah. Who want know? The baby them. Who want know? Oh, the baby them. Who want know? Yeah.
Thanks, Caleb and Matt. Hey guys. I'm just trying to figure out, cause this is weird, cause it's supposed to be displaying you guys' chat. I think I figured out a way so that I can see both YouTube comments and Twitch comments. But yeah, I'm just trying to see if that's working right. So just give me a second if you guys will just like give me a second to see if I have everything working right. That's weird. Cause like I'm supposed to be seeing your guys' comments on Restream, but I'm not. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. Go to the chat. Oh wait, no, that was. Never mind. Let me try to restart it then. Maybe that will work. What the fuck? That sounds. That's weird. Okay. Uh, well, could one of you guys watching, if you don't mind, on YouTube, not on Twitch, because I think I can still see Twitch comments. Could one of you guys on YouTube just send me a message to see if it shows up on my background chat thing? If you could. But anyway, in the meantime, we'll just move on because I'm looking at YouTube chat now anyway, just in case. Okay, somebody just sent a message, but for some reason it's not showing up on my restream chat. That's so weird. What the fuck? Let me see what happens when I type in something. It's not going to the. What the fuck? Wait, I see an X next to YouTube. Connection in error state. It says there's a connection in error state. I'm gonna try to look that up. We'll solve it together, guys. YouTube in error state restream. Wait, I should say chat. What I did was switch to a different YouTube service on the restream list. That's really weird. I don't know why this is happening. Okay, I'm gonna try to reopen it one more time. And then if anything, I'll just keep checking into YouTube. See. Let me try to hold on. Yeah, this is really weird. I have no idea why I cannot see the chat. Because I'm streaming to both platforms, I don't know why the chat isn't working. Oh well, I mean, well, I'll just try to look at YouTube chat as much as possible. Try wrapping it on the side. But it's not that I can't see it in terms of like it's not like visible. It's that I can send messages and I can receive messages. I can see messages on Twitch through Restream, right? But I can't see the YouTube messages. Last time I did the stream, I could see the YouTube messages on Restream chat, but now I can't for some reason. I tried to send a message and then I hovered over the YouTube icon and it said that there was an error in connecting. Let me try to do it one more time and see what it says. Oh, oops. Yep, same problem. I don't know. It says connection in error state. Well, I can still see Twitch. Oh my god, what happened? Oh, someone's falling. Thank you. Restream chat. Now it's not connected. Wait, I think I might be able to switch to a new Restream server. Give me 1 sec. I can do this by selecting an RTMP URL on the dashboard. Whatever the fuck that means. Actually, I have no idea what this means. Why the mask? Because I feel like it. Okay, so, yeah, I don't know. So, I'm just gonna continue on. Like, I'm just gonna try to chat YouTube chat as much as possible. So yeah, thanks. I had been planning on doing this stream anyway. I think around today, but I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the recent passing of Michael Brooks. I didn't know him personally, but I knew people knew him, and I mean, like, I've only heard positive things about him. I know a lot of people. It was very near and dear to a lot of people's hearts. He got a lot of people into an international socialism. He got a lot of people into just sort of thinking about leftism in a way that they probably hadn't for a long while, or ever, really. I know it was really influential to a lot of people. I know that Humanist Report, I watched his video on it earlier today. He said that, I mean, like, if it wasn't for him, he'd still be a social democrat, and I think that is probably the case for a lot of people, that he sort of converted a lot of people to the left through this sort of, like, really empathetic form and international form of leftist worker solidarity. So yeah, we'll just have a moment of silence for Michael Brooks. It's really shocking. He was 37. Really shocking that he's dead. I never would have expected. I have no idea why he died. I don't think anyone does at this point. And yeah, it's just so weird that he's dead. I don't know. Okay, moment of silence, guys. Alright. Michael Brooks was always one of those guys I kept putting off looking into. I felt bad about that now. I don't. Okay. Michael Brooks was always one of those guys I put off looking into. Wait, hold on. I'm seeing my YouTube thing, and for some reason, like, okay, never mind. So yeah, I know that a lot of people kind of put off looking into Michael Brooks because he was on the Majority Report, and he was just kind of like an element to it. And I think a lot of people didn't look into what he himself was doing because they just maybe assumed that it was just sort of an extension of the Majority Report. Now a lot of people know that Michael was sort of like really had formed his own sort of like path and was sort of doing his own thing completely separate from really what the Majority Report was all about, in that he was trying to teach people about history and context and socialism theory, solidarity, things like that. So yeah, it's really a shame. Learned for a lot from him and his guests. Yeah. I was just in silent sadness until I read the Lulu tribute tweet. Yeah, I saw the Lulu tweet. That was pretty crazy. I retweeted that. I think a lot of people were sort of like really happy that he took time to say something. I don't know how well, how it didn't seem that Lulu was very familiar with Michael's work, but I know that he cares about him like he cares about pretty much everyone. Lulu's a pretty good guy too, and I know that Michael looked up to him quite a lot. So yeah, he was just getting started too. He was just coming up. I mean, like, he had around 100,000 or 200,000 subscribers around the time that he died, I think. Let's look it up, actually. Just look up TMBS. It's telling me my motherboard temperature is too high. Which is oh fuck it, I can't see it. The thing is being displayed above it. Hold on, let me try to look through it. Yeah, 132,000 subscribers. Yeah, he was just kind of coming up, and yeah, he was really sort of like on his way to becoming like a really big figure. And now that he wasn't a really big figure, I mean, like, I know a lot of people, really pretty much every sort of person that seems to be important to the sort of North American left seem to sort of come out and express their condolences about Michael, because his reach and his influence really did sort of extend. I think by virtue of the fact that he was on the Majority Report, it extended beyond just like the viewership of his show. You know what I mean? But yeah, sucks. Yeah. All right. So yeah, Michael Brooks, rest in peace, rip. Unironically, I guess. uh, Rest in power. I know a lot of people have been saying that. I've never heard that phrase before until just now. But yeah. So yeah, it's time for this. It's time for this. Okay. So let me start off by saying, Tankies, get the fuck out. Okay, we don't want you here because look, I. It's no secret that I'm not the biggest fan of Leninism, but even beyond that, I think that Caleb Maupin goes even further than just like Leninism or just like generic Leninism or whatever. He's like, I've heard some talk that he's like a fucking Nazbol. This guy, he's fucking an RT shill, fucking chilling for Assad, Putin, all of this shit. Dude, I am so fucking tired. I really do not like this sort of like trend on YouTube. The Caleb Maupins, the fucking what's his name? The I don't remember his name, but there's also that guy with the Lenin picture. What the fuck's his name again? Fuck, I can't remember his name. Anyone remember who the fucking YouTuber guy with the Lenin profile picture is? Maupin isn't just a tank, he's a tool of the Russian government to sow discord among the international left. I mean, I'd buy that. He's on RT all the fucking time. He's what liberals think communists are like, I mean, probably. Oh, fuck, I can't remember this guy's name, though. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Left. I know we made this video called Left Anti-Communism and Infantile Disorder. Hold on.
Tucker Carlson.
Nope. Hakeem, yeah, that fucking guy. Yeah, Hakeem. Yeah, you got the shit. Alright. Yeah, these guys, I don't fucking like them. Alright. Here's the thing about tankies. Honestly, I would fucking rather ally with liberals than tankies. Alright, fucking. I think that one Can you guys hear me now? Hold on. You guys still don't hear me? You hear me? Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't a car alarm. It was an alarm telling me my motherboard's about to fucking die. It was telling me my motherboard's overheating, so oh whatever. I'm taking the shit to be fixed today, so a lot of these problems that I always have at the beginning and during the stream won't be there anymore once I get the computer fixed. So I'm sending it off to be fixed today. So yeah. What I was saying, I don't remember. I don't know when I got cut off, but basically what I was saying is, you know, fuck the tankies. Don't ally with them. I'll ally with fucking Sarkdams. I'll ally with Dem Socks. I'll ally with anarchists. Blah blah blah. But I will not ally with tankies because at the end of the day, they will create a system of authoritarian capitalism that is at the end of the day worse than what we're currently dealing with. So yeah, that's why I don't think we should ally with them. Just checking in again. You guys can hear me, right? Just tell me if you can. I think he's just on to kill us when the work begins. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, if history is anything to go by, the Bolsheviks will fucking kill us. So, okay, you can.
Dreamed I saw Joey Hill last night.
Okay, you guys can hear me? Yes, the fucking ghost of Stalin has come. Stalin controls everything. I'm sorry, Stalin. I didn't. Fucking. What did they say to Stalin to make him not kill him or not send him to the gulag? I don't know. Fucking. Glory to the Communist Party? I don't fucking know. Okay, I'm back for now. Great. Okay, let's start it again.
Alive as you and me, says I, but Joel, you're 10 years dead. I never died, says he. I never died.
Okay, I'm skipping.
Attention that a certain internet pseudo-leftist personality.
Did you get dragged in the mud?
No, I walked in.
Hey folks, so it's recently come to my attention that a certain internet pseudo-leftist personality who calls himself Thought Slime has decided to target Jyoti Brar, a prominent communist leader, and myself. The reason he's decided to go after us is because he disapproves of something that Jyoti Brar said in an interview I did with her 9 months ago.
Material analysis is good for a lot of things. It can help you build a bridge or manage an economy. It can't tell you whether a poem is good. I'm not saying you're a bad person or a bad leftist, necessarily.
Sure.
Before you, you see Nazbol Ghoul Caleb Maupin talking to Jyoti Brar of the Communist Party of Great Britain. And what she's saying sucks!
Now, this is not the first time that someone has tried to paint me as a bigot who advocates further oppression of the transgender community.
Maybe it's because you're a bigot who advocates further oppression of the transgender community. I mean, I think that could be a possibility. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
However, I've always given a pretty clear answer when directly asked about the issue. Take a listen to what happened when Bosch tried to gotcha me and paint me as a transphobe in our recent debate about tankies and their role in the left.
How do you feel about transgender people, if I might ask?
I think the way that they're treated is awful. Bullying, hate crimes, it's despicable. The way people, have been separated from their families, kicked out of their households. I feel nothing but empathy for people that are transgender and face all the hate and discrimination on that basis.
But you agree that gender reassignment surgery is a valid way of addressing their, gender dysphoria in many cases.
If an adult chooses to do that, that's their business. It has nothing to do with me.
Okay, well.
Hate crimes, discrimination, bullying is something that any progressive would oppose. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. What about China?
The thing is, I've always understood the trans...
Oh my god. I was literally just about to say what Bosch is about to say there, right? And he so conveniently cut it off at that point. Hold on. I really wish that I knew the exact timestamp that he took from that, because I would just go and I would check what he responded to, or how he responded to that question. But yeah, the obvious question is fucking, what about the fucking countries that you stan, like China and Russia, that constantly oppress fucking the transgender community? What about the fact that you're a class reductionist, and anytime the transgender community tries to actually gain some rights, you fucking concern troll and you try to redirect fucking the attention away into fucking like this class reductionist Bolshevik form of whatever I don't even want to call what you're promoting leftism. What about that? Video is frozen? What? Someone's saying the video is frozen. Borger? Oh yeah, why does ThoughtTime say Borger? I noticed that he says that, and I have no idea why. But okay, let's continue.
Transgender issue to be an issue of human rights. Transgender people are victims of hate crimes very frequently by bigots who somehow feel threatened by their very existence. Transgender people have difficulty finding jobs because of discrimination in employment. Transgender people often face being kicked out of their households because their families reject them and don't accept them. And I have always opposed this. My orientation has always been that this kind of discrimination, this kind of castigation and oppression of one section of the working class hurts all working people and should be opposed by progressive forces. Now, not only have I always taken this position...
I mean, like, I'm Canadian. I've never heard anyone... Well, I mean, like, I live in Canada. I'm not technically Canadian, but I've never heard anyone pronounce the shit Borger. What the fuck? I don't think it has anything to do with Canada. Be ashamed to miss Maupin's pained expression throughout this session.
Position. But I've been quite active around it. Before I was a journalist, when I was an activist, on many occasions I took to the streets of New York City to march for trans rights. In New York City, the NYPD, the police department here, actually had a policy of profiling transgender women and stopping and frisking them, and in some cases often arresting them unjustly on charges of prostitution. And I was involved in many protests around that issue and around the fact that the New York City Police Department was targeting the transgender community. Furthermore, here you can see me with Mariela Castro, an individual who's been very key in reforming the way the Cuban government treats LGBT people, gay and lesbian and transgender people. I had the opportunity of being involved in planning a reception for her when she came to New York City. I have always viewed the oppression of transgender people as an issue of human rights. Now, you'll notice that the clip...
And in the clip, I believe that, if I'm remembering correctly, in the clip, you were speaking with a representative from the Communist Party of Great Britain who was saying some pretty class reductionist transphobic shit, but let's continue.
Which this thought slime individual objected to was not about whether transgender people should be beaten up and killed, wasn't about whether they should face discrimination in hiring, wasn't about whether their families should reject them.
Oh my gosh, this guy is literally fucking, as long as I don't say nigger, I'm not racist. Like, as long as I don't literally advocate for fucking like slitting the throats of all transgender people immediately, that means that I'm not a transphobe. Fuck this guy.
Wasn't about
I want to keep on going on about it, but the YouTube video is frozen on Cal's face on our end. That's so weird because it's not supposed to be. Let me see what it's like on YouTube. Hold on one sec.
any of that. It was about transgender ideology. And honestly, I do not
transgender ideology. I don't hate the Jews. I just fucking hate the international Jew. Right.
know enough about this topic. I am not well informed enough about the issue of transgender ideology to make a comment on it. So I let Jyoti Brar, a prominent British communist who I respect deeply, give her opinion. And this thought slime objects to her opinion. The thing is, I don't view the transgender issue as an abstract ideological question. I view it as an issue of human rights and an issue of affecting people's lives. And this
yeah, it is frozen. What the fuck? That's so weird. It's so weird. It is frozen. Maybe it's because I'm alt-tabbing out. Hold on. Guys, tell me if it's frozen after I play it the next time, okay? Let me just read this. Maupin has spelled vaguely anti-Semitic conspiracies that anyone in left who disagrees with are funded by billionaires. I mean, I'm not surprised at all. Where's... Okay. Tell me right now if you can see his face moving, right? I'm going to play it for a bit, pause it, and then I want you guys to tell me if his face is moving.
This is starting to point to the real difference between me and this thought slime individual and a lot of people that are out to malign and slander legitimate anti-imperialists, Marxists, and activists. The likes of Mr. Thought Slime try to portray it as if...
He's still frozen? Gotta be kidding me. Well, I mean, like, I hope you like Caleb's fucking dumbass face, because I have no idea why it's frozen. No fucking idea at all. Is it okay that his face is frozen? Because I literally have no idea why this is happening. Let me see if I take it out of full screen, if that does anything.
You must be a supporter of imperialism if you are to advocate against the oppression of transgender people. And furthermore, all who defend...
Wait, hold on. I have no idea what you're saying.
Malign and slander legitimate anti-imperialists, Marxists, and activists. The likes of Mr. Thought Slime try to portray it as if you must be a supporter of imperialism if you are to advocate against the oppression of transgender people. And
okay, is it all right now? Did we do it? Did we win?
Must be a supporter of imperialism if you are to advocate against the oppression of...
Wait, why does it still look like it's in full screen? What the fuck? Hold on, let me go back. Hold on. This is so weird. I think I know why, actually. I think it might be something is wrong with Streamlabs, actually. Okay, I think I did it. I win. I did everything.
And furthermore, all who defend anti-imperialist and existing socialist states are somehow advocates of harming transgender people.
I mean, like, kinda, yeah. I mean, like, Russia is particularly anti-LGBT. China is particularly anti-LGBT. You don't see me going around fucking defending fucking Chechnya and Saudi Arabia. What the fuck?
That is a huge, huge misconception. Who was the first prominent transgender activist in U.S. history?
I literally don't give a fuck, nigga. Alright? There've been fucking... You ever heard of an Uncle Tom, nigga? Whoever this person was, we're gonna see who this person was. It literally doesn't matter. This is literally, like... If there's anything funny about reactionaries, is that they complain all the time about identity politics, but as soon as it's advantageous to them, they'll fucking whip that shit out.
It was Leslie Feinberg, Leslie Feinberg was a leader of the Workers' World Party, and Leslie Feinberg was a tanky. She was a defender of Cuba, a defender of North Korea.
Okay, dude, I know many trans tankies on Twitter, too, and they're all shits. Who gives a fuck?
A defender of the Soviet Union and China. She spoke in defense of the Islamic Republic of Iran. She spoke in defense of many governments around the world.
So she's a piece of shit. Okay.
And she viewed the transgender struggle as a struggle that was involved with tearing down U.S. imperialism. Now, I don't know whether what Jyoti Brar said about the ideology being promoted by many transgender activists today is correct or not. I simply don't have the knowledge.
Oh my god, I hate when people do this. You did an entire interview with her. You platformed her. And plus, your entire channel is centered around this class reductionist fucking ideology. Okay? This is like the Jordan Peterson thing, in which, like, all you do is you platform certain ideas and you present certain ideas, right? And then if anyone criticizes you, you can just go back and say, "Oh, wait. I never said anything." Okay? I don't know if any of this is true or not. I'm just presenting ideas here. This is also the Dave Rubin shtick. He only brings on fucking reactionaries and then he's like, "Oh, well, I'm just platforming ideas."
I've heard people from both sides of the issue talk, and they both say things that are very...
Do you know how many times he did a whole video responding to those videos? What videos? Re is ableist stop only if you're not autistic. I say re all the fucking time. But that's just because I'm autistic though. Trans people can have a political representative who think very differently. Yeah. Leslie Feinberg isn't a representative of the trans community as it is now, though. Yeah, I mean, like, she was literally... How old is this person? I mean, the pictures are in black and white, so I'm assuming that it wasn't recently. I mean, this guy is living in, like, the 1940s and shit.
Very persuasive. I just don't know enough about it. However, even if Jyoti Brar were to be dead wrong about this issue, even if everything she said was completely wrong, that would not take away from the fact that Jyoti Brar is an amazing, heroic, anti-imperialist activist.
Okay, anti-imperialist just means anti-US, okay? Because if you're actually anti-imperialist, I made this point on Twitter, there is no anti-imperialism without opposition to China, Russia, and the US, okay? Anti-imperialism to these people is just irrationally supporting anyone who doesn't like the US and just opposing any action the US takes. Okay, that's anti-imperialism to these guys. Okay? So if you're trying to convince me that I should forgive this transphobe, and normally I wouldn't even forgive a transphobe even if they were legitimately anti-imperialist. But the fact that you're trying to convince me to forgive this transphobe because she is vaguely anti-US, right? She's your form of anti-imperialist, is meaningless to me, okay? Because all you're doing is amplifying and supporting and bolstering especially in the case of China, the rapidly expanding imperialist power of these nations. In just maybe 10 or 20 years from now, China will be the dominant imperialist force in the world. They will be. Right now, they're the second most powerful imperialist nation on the world, and soon they will surpass the US. Okay? So, the fact that you're supporting them means, by definition, that you are not an anti-imperialist. It's gray zone logic on the gender theories and fans so much. I don't know enough about it. Enough about what? I don't know. The only trans tank I'm familiar with is Lily Orchard, and she's toxic as fuck. Oh, fuck. I feel like I've heard the name Lily Orchard before. I remember there was this fucking... way back in the day, there was this Nosball tanky that some people, like, made me aware of, and it was really, really funny. Because, like, it was really clear that she was just trying to be an extremist for the sake of it, and it was really, really, really hilarious.
And this is at the root of one of the greatest crimes that this internet milieu, this cesspool of pseudo-leftists commit. Jyoti
You missed the part where I
and
talked
the
about
Communist
Michael Brooks.
Party of Great Britain Marxist-Leninists have been on the forefront of struggling for the rights of working people in the United States.
You notice that he only said Marxist-Leninists. I was pointing that out. As far as I'm concerned, no Marxist-Leninist has ever fought for the interests of working people. Because if they did, they wouldn't make a vanguard party. Because the vanguard party, in effect, is just there to recreate the structures of the bourgeoisie. It's just never not done that. It will always do that. So, Nazis pioneered amphetamines in general? They did? Fuck. I have ADHD medication. I take Vyvanse. Am I taking the Nazi drugs? Am I going to be Nazi now because I'm taking ADHD medication? I don't know.
United Kingdom. Furthermore, they have been on the forefront of opposing imperialism. Jyoti has traveled to...
Remember, every time he says imperialism, just remember, he means the US. He doesn't mean imperialism.
Palestine to stand with the Palestinian people. Jyoti traveled to Libya to offer support to the people of Libya as they built socialism on the African continent in the face of sanctions.
Oh fuck, he froze again? Oh my god. Hold on, give me a sec. Okay, I think I got it.
And attacks from the United States. The Communist Party of Great Britain Marxist-Leninist and Jyoti Brar beat the drum very loudly that socialism is an alternative to capitalism, and that the banks, factories, and industries can be organized to serve public good and not profits. Is it possible that great revolutionary activists who do great, important, amazing work to oppose capitalism and imperialism can also make mistakes? Yes, it is, but not according to Mr. Thought Slime. If you say one thing that he disagrees with, not about human rights, but rather about ideology, you're a Nas.
But it wasn't one thing, was it? I mean, you and your friend there, your entire purpose is class reductionism. Your entire purpose is to shift attention away from and to downplay the need for transgender activism and for a change in the system, because you think it's you want to subjugate the rights of trans people and other minorities into this class reductionist view of the working class. This is exactly what Lenin did. Let me tell you a story about Lenin. Back in the day, Lenin, even though Lenin was personally against anti-Semitism, that's a reality. Lenin was personally very against anti-Semitism. However, when it came time for when groups of Jewish workers wanted to end and stop a lot of the discrimination that was still going on in the Soviet Union against Jews, because Lenin, right, might not have been anti-Semitic, it doesn't mean that other people weren't. When it came time for that to happen, Lenin was against it. He said that it wasn't in the interest of the working class, and that he basically said that the needs, even though he was running the country, he said that the needs of the Jews and their rights to not be discriminated against needed to be subjugated under the general will of the proletariat and the working class, which is of course just the will of the vanguard party and mostly him to begin with. So yeah, just because you're personally, maybe, and I don't even particularly know, I don't know your mind, you're just telling me. Even if you're not personally fucking transphobic, you're still trying to build a system, and you're still, all of your rhetoric, all of your purpose as a public figure is just solely to promote this class reductionist form of socialism that at the end of the day will lead to the same oppressive structures that existed on the campus and may in fact even intensify them. So.
Bull, that's what he referred to me as, and not only are you wrong, but you deserve to be beaten up. That's basically what he's arguing here. He would have myself, someone who has been very outspoken in opposing all forms of oppression. He would have Jyoti Brar, a prominent leader of communist activists and a woman of color in the United Kingdom.
This is a woman of color? Really? Really? You really want to make that claim? You really want to make... Hold on. The shit got frozen again, so I'm going to have to show you I'm going to have to press the shit again so I can show you. Okay. This is a woman of color? Really? Really? Come on. Come on. Come on. What is she, like Elizabeth Warren? She has like fucking 0.5 Native American? What the fuck is this?
Attacked as Red Browns and Nazbols because we apparently aren't on board with him, not about the human rights of transgender people, but about an ideological question of which he has a very specific view. Jyoti Brar, like myself, is a communist. However, this understanding that I have that sometimes people can take very good progressive views on some issues while being problematic and very wrong on others doesn't simply apply to communists. I have been widely attacked because I will defend and uphold the role played by the black minister Louis Farrakhan.
Oh! And yeah, you deserve to be attacked because he's a Nazi. Like, he's not a Nazi in the terms of like, he's not like, has the same ideology as National Socialism, but like, he hates the Jews. He's an anti-Semite. And from what I've heard, I don't know Caleb Maupin that well, but all I have heard is that he amplifies these anti-Semitic voices, and he himself alludes to many anti-Semitic, like, conspiracy theories. So, yeah, you deserve to be called out for that. Louis Farrakhan has no place within our coalition, and you have no place within our coalition. Why? Because you defend Louis Farrakhan, right? And Louis Farrakhan, I don't want anything to do with him. Okay? Dude, this guy fucking killed Malcolm X. What the fuck? I mean, like, it's not certain. Nobody knows exactly who killed Malcolm X, but I think it is a very strong likelihood that he fucking killed Malcolm X. Alright? I have no fucking respect for Louis Farrakhan. Fuck Louis Farrakhan, and fuck you for defending him.
Minister Louis Farrakhan of the Nation of...
And it's Louis Farrakhan. Why the fuck are you saying Louis? What the fuck? Are you dumb? Oh my god. Message retracted? No. He's pulling out this track attacks that just bring out Nation of Islam to pretend not to be... That's literally it, right? He's doing the striker thing. Like, the Nazis, they will allude to, oh, Farrakhan and all of these fucking black separatists, the fucking anti-Semites and black separatists. Oh, this is what all the black people think, right? Nazis will do this all of the fucking time because they'll be like, oh, look, black people agree with me, right? They want to be fucking segregated too just because fucking Louis Farrakhan said so. Fuck off.
Islam is not a communist. And there are things that he has said about Jewish people and about the LGBT community that I vehemently disagree with.
Then why are you defending him, you cunt?
Realize that there's a lot more to Minister Louis Farrakhan than these comments.
I don't care. It literally doesn't matter. Okay? Like, the shit that he has done throughout his entire life. Here's what Louis Farrakhan's mission in life is. He is the current leader of the Nation of Islam. What he does is he inducts poor black men into this anti-Semitic, racist fucking cult called the Nation of Islam. And he targets these people that are lost, that often are involved with drugs, are involved with crime. He takes people at their lowest point and he inducts them into this cult, and it is a cult for the sole and he's very powerful in that way, in that a lot of people have been sucked into the Nation of Islam because the Nation of Islam, for example, is really powerful in prisons. They get a lot of people in prison because it's really easy to fall into this stuff when throughout your life you're being targeted and whatnot. Okay, so I have no respect for this guy because what he does, while he may have helped a lot of black people, the way that he's helping a lot of black people, again, is very similar to a cult. I'm sure that in many cults, and I've watched a lot of cult documentaries, that they do genuinely help some people, right? But the overall purpose of the Nation of Islam is racism, anti-Semitism, and look, it's not even fucking anti-capitalist. It's not even fucking anti-capitalist. So what? Why should I respect this guy? Okay? There have been so many other black leaders that have actually fucking had the right opinions. Why would I stoop so low as to defend Louis Farrakhan? Okay? Why would I? Is it just to be edgy? What the fuck?
Minister Louis Farrakhan organized...
This song, hold on, somebody sent me something. This song reminds me of you. Oh my god, this is so stupid. That's kind of funny though. I can't believe I fell for that. I'm opening up pre-stream chat again. That was if I had a mod I'd just ban that guy, but still. It was fun. It was funny while it lasted.
The Million Man March, one of the most important civil rights and black community empowerment demonstrations.
Yeah, basically, I'm not racist because I'm not racist because I agree with a black person. This is literally the Stryker argument. This is literally the fucking Nosbro argument. Fuck you.
The entire history of the country. Minister Louis Farrakhan's organization, the Nation of Islam, is in communities, helping people to get off drugs, serving prisoners, serving...
Yeah, like a cult! Cults do this all the time. All the time. They feed them this disgusting fucking anti-Semitic racist ideology at their lowest point. They deliberately target people at their lowest points so that they have no other option but to join them. The Nation of Islam is a fucking disgusting organization. That killed Malcolm X. I'm not going to let that go. They killed Malcolm X.
Low-income people, providing services. Minister Louis Farrakhan is anti-imperialist, and he always makes the point of
anti-US, that's what he means.
Of linking the struggle for black freedom in the United States with the struggle of people around the world against U.S. imperialism. And I think that despite the problematic things that Minister Louis Farrakhan says and believes, he plays a very dynamic and important role. And let me add that in 2011...
Yeah, I mean, like, it's easy for you to say, because, I mean, like, at the end of the day, you're not going to be the one in the fucking gas chambers, are you?
When NATO bombs were falling and Libya faced a bombing and an onslaught at the hands of U.S. imperialism, the Trotskyites were...
Oh, one more thing I have to say about Nation of Islam. These people are black separatists. These people basically agree with white... This is why people like Stryker, people like Maupin, and all of these Nazis, people in the literal fucking KKK, Marcus Garvey, one of the original black separatists from my home country of Jamaica, spoke at least at one, but I think at several KKK rallies. Okay? These people agree on everything. Everything. They want to be... The black separatists want to be separate. The white separatists want to be separate. The Nation of Islam, black separatists, and people like this are servants of white supremacy. That is the fucking reality. They're at the end of the day, these people are pretty much no different from the white supremacists in that they serve their interests. The white supremacists love these fucking people, because every single one, except for maybe like the intelligence shit and some of the other shit, but like in terms of policy, they agree on so much. The white nationalists and the fucking black separatists. That's why I find the Nation of Islam and these people to be so fucking disgusting. Didn't Trotsky literally originated as an anti-Semitic insult when by Stalin supporters because Trotsky was Jewish? I'm not sure. Republicans and Al Qaeda have tons in common as well. That's true. All right.
Cheering for that intervention. Why? Oh, Gaddafi's a dictator. Gaddafi's a Stalinist.
Well, I don't know if Gaddafi was a Stalinist, but he was objectively a dictator.
Gaddafi's an imperialist. But here is what Minister Louis Farrakhan...
I don't give a fuck what Louis Farrakhan... Okay, we're skipping this, because I don't give a flying fuck what Louis Farrakhan says.
Thought Slime made the transgender question the focus of his video. I would like to critique his video in other ways, because I believe his ideological flaws are more easily revealed when he speaks about other things. For example, this is him explaining how he seems to understand the class struggle.
The fact that a small handful of rich ghouls owns most of the money and will all die of starvation and exposure if we don't get some of it, even though we're producing more than we need and throwing away almost half of everything at a time when that overproduction is poised to make our planet uninhabitable, just so that the already unfathomably rich ghouls can have a computer readout that...
Somebody sent something. Is this quote real? The Jews don't like Farrakhan, so they call me Hitler. Well, that's a good name. Hitler was a very great man. I'm not 100% sure. I can look it up. But I am almost certain that is an actual quote from Louis Farrakhan. So I'm going to copy and paste it to see if that is actually the case. 1 second. But I am almost certain this quote is actually from Louis Farrakhan, because I feel like I've heard this before. Jews don't like Farrakhan, so they call me Hitler. Blah, blah, blah. Farrakhan on race, politics, and the news media. I'm assuming this is by Farrakhan. Here come the Jews don't like Farrakhan, so they call me Hitler. Well, that's a good name. Hitler was a very great man. He wasn't great for me as a black person, but he was a great German. Now, I'm not proud of Hitler's evil against the Jewish people. That's a matter of record. He rose Germany up from nothing. Well, in a sense, you could say that there's similarity in that we are rising our people up from nothing. But don't compare you with your wicked killers. This is Louis Farrakhan for you, folks. This is Louis Farrakhan for you. You know, at first, I started this off saying, you know, he's not exactly a Nazi, because, I mean, like, he's, like, a black nationalist, I think, so, but, I mean, like, his only qualms with Hitler just seem to be that he killed black people. It doesn't really seem to have any other problems with them. So, Nazi doesn't really seem to be that inaccurate anymore, does it? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. The worst piece of anti-Semitism was the criminalization of marijuana? What do you mean? I thought that was against Mexicans and black people. I don't think it was supposed to be against the Jews. I might be wrong, but I feel like the Nation of Islam preys on celebrities in the same way Scientology does also, to further the cult analogy. Yeah, I think that's probably true. I think, especially recently, I feel like they're trying to get Diddy and fucking what's his name? Nick Cannon and those people. Because I know Nick Cannon's recently been fucking praising Farrakhan as well. I'm telling you, man, if you praise Farrakhan, I don't want anything to do with you, man. You're a cunt. You're an anti-Semite. I don't want anything to do with you. You're a piece of shit. I don't know. It is already criminalized by that point. It was made illegal in the 20s. Yeah, but the war on drugs didn't. Well, actually, in the 20s, I still think it was still against black people and Mexicans. But when the war on drugs started, in the 70s, I still think it was nonetheless same thing against black and Mexican people. I might be wrong. If you can provide some evidence for it. I mean, I trust your mind, but I think it was against blacks and Mexicans, not against the Jews. I might be wrong though. He's also praised Dugan. Of course he does, because he's a fucking Nazball. Okay, let's start again.
That says that their wealth increased by 0.0001%, and the only way that you can get the means of your survival is by throwing yourself into perpetual and worsening exploitation forever? Need to worry about making a living and surviving the forthcoming end of the world, while the aforementioned handful of rich ghouls don't.
So according to Mr. Thought Slime, the problem with capitalism isn't that in the pursuit of profits, capitalists are organizing the economy irrationally, and that even though the levels of productivity are rising, people are getting further and further into poverty. The problem with capitalism is that there's just too many resources being used. There's too many people in the world. We all have too much stuff. We're overproducing, as he...
What the hell are you on about? Do we need to watch this shit again? He even put in air quotes overproducing. I don't even think I heard Thought Slime say the word overproducing once. You want to go back and watch this shit? Let's go back and watch this shit. Because that is the most... I have no fucking idea how he came to that conclusion based on what he said. What the fuck? Let's go back then.
How he seems to understand the class struggle.
The fact that a small handful of rich ghouls owns most of the money and will all die of starvation and exposure if we don't get some of it, even though we're producing more than we need and throwing away almost half of everything at a time when that overproduction is poised to make our planet uninhabitable, just so that the already unfathomably rich ghouls can have a computer readout that says that their wealth increased by 0.0001%, and the only way that you can get the means of your survival is by throwing yourself into perpetual and worsening exploitation forever? Need to worry about making a living and surviving the forthcoming end of the world, while the aforementioned handful of rich ghouls don't.
So according...
Okay, so Thought Slime did mention overproduction there. But I find it extremely fucking hilarious that he decided to focus on that one specific part of the whole quote there, when he clearly talks about more than that. I think he's just trying to pretty much gotcha Thought Slime there. But regardless of that, it's almost like he's interpreting this as some kind of Malthusian thing. Thought Slime never mentioned anything about too many people or whatever, or consuming too much or whatever. It was that the point that he was trying to make, right, was that the way that society is structured, the way that we are producing things is that we are producing one more than is required for a healthy economy, and two, more than like we would need generally. And there are a lot of like reasons for this. I think the issue is probably a bit more complicated than Thought Slime is sort of portraying here, but Maupin's obviously misinterpreting what he's saying, because his point here is obviously an allusion to climate change and pollution and things like that, right? Like, we are obviously... A lot of the stuff that we are producing just goes to waste. That's a fact, right? And the reason for that... Well, the reasons are multifaceted and pretty complicated, which is why I said that Thought Slime is kind of maybe oversimplifying. But sort of bolster Thought Slime's argument. We're producing too much. We are producing enough that we are wasting quite a lot of the resources that we are currently exploiting. Now, I know that Maupin doesn't give a fuck about this because he supports Russia and China. China's trying to do a bit about climate change, but Russia basically is not. And I don't think he gives a fuck about climate change. He just cares about defending these countries. I don't think he cares about, like, pollution or things like that either. But the point Thought Slime's trying to make is that the way that we are producing things is inefficient and serves only to, and the reason that it is so inefficient is not because of some inevitable consequence of the way that humans must produce things, but because of the capitalist system that we live in, that in order for these rich people to get richer, it necessitates that waste. Saying that problem with the rich hoarding, yes, and the fact that, yeah, basically. And it's also 10-minute videos about Kyle Maupin. I mean, like, it's just like one quote.
To Mr. Thought Slime, the problem with capitalism isn't that in the pursuit of profits, capitalists are organizing the economy irrationally, and that even though
I mean, like, that's pretty much exactly what he was trying to say.
the levels of productivity are rising, people are getting further and further into poverty. The problem with capitalism is that there's just too many resources.
The only thing that he didn't mention is the whole slipping further and further in poverty thing. But I'm pretty sure Thoughtlime agrees at that point. He just happened to not mention it in that one quote that he cherry-picked.
Is being used. There's too many people in the world. We all have too much.
Yeah, he never said that. You just made that part up. He never said anything about too many people in the world. What the fuck?
Stuff. We're overproducing, as he put it, and people are just too comfortable and they're consuming too much.
He never said that. He never.
That's
said
not
this.
Marxism. That's called Malthusianism.
Yeah, and you're just.
And Malthusianism is an idea that Karl Marx thoroughly refuted. Mr. Thought Slime should read Theories of Surplus Value and read how Karl Marx completely refuted this ideology that there are limited.
He never said there were limited. He never said that there were limited resources. Are you really this stupid? Are you really this dumb? Can you not understand, like, the basic fucking quote? Or did he just, like, watch this video once and then, like, you, like, heard that one quote and then your brain fucking, it got the Kill Bill sirens. You watched the shit and you mentioned something about like the shit was fucking getting wasted, and then you heard waste. Is that Malthusianism? With Maupin.
Resources in the world, and that we're headed towards some kind of apocalypse unless we can drastically reduce the human population and get rid of useless eaters. The ideology of Malthusianism is an ideology that was used by the British Empire to murder millions of people all over the world, in India, in Africa, in Ireland, and many other places. Marxists and socialists do not believe the problem with capitalism is that it allows people to consume too much and breed too much. That's not what Marxists have ever espoused. Not anywhere in the writings of Karl Marx will you ever find the phrase limited resources, or will you ever hear...
Yeah, and nowhere within that quote, that thought that you played of Thought Slime, would we hear the term limited resources? Would you?
Hear predictions of an ecological disaster unless the human race stops consuming and we reduce the human population. Those are racist Malthusian propaganda points that...
Racist? Dude, this guy... Oh my god. This guy loves poisoning the fucking well with these fucking terms.
...have nothing to do with Marxism. Marxism believes that if the banks, factories, and industries can be operated to serve public good and not profits, and if human reason and creativity, not the irrational pursuit of profits, can be placed in command of economic activity, the human race can go far beyond and begin producing a lot more.
Dude, this guy's literally just spending how much time trying to debunk his straw man. I'm skipping ahead. Look at this shit.
That human beings are consuming too much.
Oh my god, he's still fucking talking about this shit. Okay. Let's move.
The environment and more questions about Mr. Thought Slime, his beliefs, and his motivations. Take a look at this part.
Me and a black dude might be equally exploited working at a Burger King together. Say you're working at Burger King. Your coworker comes to you because they know you're a big-time lefto, big-time workers' rights kind of person, and they're like, hey, I think I might be trans, and I want to start to transition, but I'm really afraid that if I do, I'll lose my
Thought Slime is racist. I'm not, because I love Louis Farrakhan.
job. I want to time to transition, but your coworker comes to you because they know you're a big-time lefto, big-time workers' rights kind of person, and they're like, hey, I think I might be trans, and I want to start to transition, but I'm really afraid that if I do, I'll lose my job.
Okay.
Burger King. Now, I really doubt that Mr. Thought Slime has ever worked in fast food.
Thought Slime Pizza Hell. Where is this shit? I know that he made a video on this. My second job, my first job. Okay.
Get closer.
Let's see what Thought Slime's first job was.
It still works. Still works.
Content warning, this one's gonna contain
Yeah.
either. Case in point, if you walked into the store unshaven, instead of being told to go home, you would be told to use the store razor. An old disposable razor that multiple employees had already used that had...
Wait, where's this? Is this Tim
Just
Hortons?
know that going in. Hey, there's too many donuts left over at the end of your shift. Were you upselling?
Okay, so he was working at Tim Hortons.
You're allowed to make. They put you in a uniform. They tell you when. Totalitarian state. Worst job I've ever had, and I've had some doozies. If you've never worked in fast food, you need to understand that it's essentially like spending 8 hours a day in a totalitarian state. People tell you what to do, how to speak, what facial expressions you're allowed to make. They put you in a uniform. They tell you when you can and cannot go to the bathroom. At all times, you are being surveilled, you are being monitored, you are being measured against the arbitrary minimum some highly paid bean counter in a fancy office somewhere decided was the normal amount of work to do. When a car pulled into the drive-thru, you had to answer within 5 seconds. Your response time was monitored, and if the average dipped below a certain threshold, you'd be yelled at, punished, or threatened with termination. Everything you said and did was scrutinized. Employees were specifically forbidden from fraternizing during work hours. Saw a cool movie over the weekend? That's great. You can talk about it on your break if you want. We can't let you talk and work at the same time. If we did that, then you might discuss unionizing. By the way, if you do that, water and 2 sugars on the side. Each day this man would
let me see.
Someone made them feel powerless, and they had power over you, and they were going to make sure that you knew it. There was a man who came in every day, and even now, 15 or 16...
Okay, look. The point is that obviously he's fucking worked in fast food. The second video is about how he fucking worked at a pizza place. Fucking... Come on, dude. The guy is 100,000.
To turning our driveways.
Easily find his videos. Just fucking do some basic research, please. Just look up fucking Thought Slime job. Come on. Why would you assume that? Like, that's something I don't understand. Why would you assume that he's never worked in a fast food place? Does he just look like a guy that's never worked in a fast food joint? I don't understand. Is it because he's and it left this on the internet? Have you worked in a fucking fast food joint? I don't know. But I'm not gonna make that claim.
However, I did work in fast food when I was a college student. One summer, During my college years, I actually worked at a sandwich shop that was fast food in the Cleveland area near the college I went to. And I'll tell you, that was a miserable job. I mean, they were constantly driving you faster to make those sandwiches and churn out those orders. It was very, very difficult to keep up the pace. And I'll tell you one thing. The last thing that I ever did when I was working, assembling hamburgers and running the fryer at a fast food place was to talk to my coworkers about their gender identity.
Yeah, because you're a piece of shit. That's why. Because if you're the kind of guy, if I went up to you and said I'm trans, you'd be like, who gives a fuck, nigga? Piece of shit.
We weren't sitting there and having group therapy and talking about discrimination or how we felt about our gender identities. We were being driven to work harder and harder and harder.
So, are you suggesting that nobody who works in fast food has ever talked to their co-workers? Obviously, they would talk in, like, break or something like that. And plus, this is a theoretical fucking situation. Okay? This is fucking theoretical. I think even in his sort of, not in his hypothesis, in the situation that he presented it as though you were a gigantic YouTuber and the fast food person spoke to you, maybe on their break or something like that, but spoke to you in some context. Maybe they're not even on the job. What kind of point is this? You're talking about gotchas. This is the most gotcha fucking bullshit I've ever heard.
Seems a little bit out of touch when he's giving us a lecture about transgender people at Burger King. But let's give the actual Marxist approach to the issue of anti-transgender bigotry that one might experience among one's co-workers at a fast food restaurant. The Marxist answer has always been solidarity. But there are many workers in the United States right now.
Okay, but what do we mean by solidarity? Solidarity, to me, as a libertarian socialist, I believe, means something very different from you. From what you mean by solidarity as a fucking class reductionist fucking Leninist piece of shit. Just saying.
Not just at fast food restaurants, but at all kinds of places, call centers, coffee shops, the tech industry, automakers, who have been taken in by the far-right ideology. They have been told that their problems are caused by immigrants. Their problems are caused by black and brown people. Their problems are caused by the lack of a police state and the government being too soft on crime and not locking up enough.
Yeah, basically. Oh, we didn't talk about transgenderism when I was fucking working in the fucking 90s and you would get killed for being transgender if you came out. Nah, so clearly no one has ever talked about being transgender in the fucking workplace. Fucking Jesus Christ. He's such a reactionary.
Of people. A lot of working class people have been led to believe that the reason that the next generation of workers are stuck in a cycle of low-wage, short-term service sector jobs, like fast food, is because of some kind of liberal cultural Marxist conspiracy. Well, the job of the Marxist is to show the real reason why workers at Burger King are so under-countries.
I'm tired of this fucking virtue signal. It's just gonna go to fucking class reductionism. Who cares? He's gonna be like, who cares about the specific trans rights because we're all together in the struggle against capitalism, right? Like we saw the same thing under Lenin, and then fucking when Lenin took over, fucking, and it came time for minority groups within that supposedly dictatorship of the proletariat run system to come. He subjugated their needs and their desires.
Working people all over the world, not just in the United States, into greater poverty. And workers who've been taken in by anti-transgender bigotry or anti-immigrant bigotry or racism or whatnot need to understand that by lifting up those who've been the most oppressed by capitalism, whether they be black workers who suffer from police brutality and discrimination, whether they be gender nonconforming individuals, that by lifting up the most oppressed and joining arm in arm in solidarity, that they can become empowered. That by standing up and organizing resistance against the billionaire banker ruling class that controls the world, and fighting back by fighting to establish a government of action that fights for the working class and would force the economy to serve the people and not simply operate in the interests of profits for private corporations. By doing that, all workers can advance. Working class people taken in by bigotry and hate.
Okay, I'm tired of his fucking class reductionist fucking virtue signaling. Alright? Who cares about the fucking trans issues if we're all under the boot of the fucking capitalists? We get the fucking strike, alright?
You take a variety of factors and
I don't understand how he thinks this isn't what we're actually doing versus divisive bullshit. What a joker. Exactly.
reduce it down to simply class. And sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes it's a useful shorthand. But it may have the unintended, or in some cases, very much intended, side effect of erasing or making apologetics for someone else's oppression.
See, according to this pseudo-leftist milieu, if you talk about working people, if you talk about class struggle, if
That's not what he said. Alright? The only reason you interpret it that way is because you're such a fucking class reductionist, fucking transphobic piece of shit that you are unable to see that one can talk about class while also having what is called intersectionality, which means that you talk about the way that class intersects with many different social classes, like being trans or being gay or whatever, right? What you're doing is not that. What you're doing is subjugating the needs of minorities under this supposed class struggle. Alright? It's not about if you talked about class. That's clearly not what he said. The only reason you want to portray it that way is because you're trying to deflect, and you're trying to deflect, and you're trying to sort of like shift the argument and make us and argue against a straw man.
If you rant against the billionaires and bankers and monopolists that rule the...
Yeah, because Thought Slam's never done that, ever. He's never done that, including in that video, including in a clip that you literally fucking showed in this video here, right now, that we're talking about.
World, you're a fascist. According to them, working class is a fascist buzzword. According to them, working families is somehow a discriminatory phrase. Any appeal to people on the basis of advancing their living conditions and building a better life, doing that...
He literally never said that.
...is unacceptable.
This is a literal
Against
fucking
socialism is about the individuality of artists and middle-class intellectuals, and them standing up against the mob of inferior rabble who don't go to NYU to learn about these abstract...
What the hell are you on about? Did Thought Slime even go to college? Does anyone know? Did Thought Slime even go to university? What are you on about? This is some fucking fever dream that he heard one thing. He got the Kill Bill sirens. He heard fucking, he heard the fucking Thought Slime, right? Okay. Guys, he's doing the Thought Slime thing. He's like, guys, if we can talk about class, but just maybe you should be careful, because if you focus only on class, that could have the unintended side effect of maybe subjugating the rights of marginalized groups, and then Caleb Maupin here, he hears if you talk only about
gender theories that you must immediately agree with, or else you're the equivalent of Adolf Hitler. I think the best way to understand the difference between this individual and myself is simply to look at the name that he gave himself, Thought.
So I saw this meme. I think a lot of people saw this meme on Twitter. We're gonna play it and we're gonna laugh because it's fucking hilarious. Just in case you didn't see it, we're gonna play it so everyone can hear, and we're gonna laugh our asses off. Let's go, guys.
Slime, and the image in the background of his video. Mr. Thought Slime has this image of slime green, gross slime
Oh no.
pouring out of a sewer behind him the whole time he is speaking. I don't find that appealing. I don't enjoy looking at gross, mucus-like looking slime, and I'm not particularly interested in hearing what someone says if they name themselves after something that I don't particularly like looking at.
This guy deadass tried to make a fucking argumentum ad fucking slimeum. He literally tried to say that because he doesn't like slime, therefore thought slime is wrong. Because slime. Deadass. Like, this is not an exact. You saw the shit. I'm like, you don't even have to hear from me and me. You can look at the shit. That is the argument he made. Deadass fucking, because the nigga name is Thought Slime, therefore he's wrong. This nigga, deadass, he's 5 head, bro. He's 5 head. He's 5 head, bro. Slime must be an age-old symbol of imperialism. He's deadass 5 head, bro. He's 5 head. Oh my gosh. This guy deadass tried to make an argument ad slime. Yeah, he's just mad because Thought Slime could get a green screen. I'm an intellectual and also your name is gross. So you're invalid. So your arguments are invalid.
But you see, I'm from the working class. I grew up in a small town full of people who worked in factories.
And now you make tons of money working for RT.
Working people are trying to get rid of slime. They're trying to get rid
of slime. Isn't slime just like an artificial fucking thing? Like, isn't slime just like a toy? Why would you be trying to get rid of slime? Do you mean get rid of filth? Is this like a dog whistle? Are you trying to get rid of fucking the Jews? What is this?
rid of dirt. They don't like the fact that, the infrastructure of the United States is falling apart, that our roads and...
Do you see any slime here? Is this slime? What the fucking arguments are you making? I'm going insane! What the fuck is this?
Bridges are in decay. Yeah,
slime was a toy product manufactured by Mattel, sold in plastic trash can, and introduced in 1976. What the fuck?
Water is being contaminated with lead, that opioids and drugs are taking the lives of working people in big numbers, that there's hopelessness and despair among working people.
He's having like a fucking fever dream right now. He's just ranting and raving. What the fuck?
Poverty is taking place. They don't like that. Working people want to get to a better life. They want...
You wore a mask before it became the meta? Is there a meta around wearing masks?
Things to be nicer. They want things to be more hopeful, more secure, more...
Dude, as we all know, a famous quote from fucking page 533 of Das Kapital, where he said, fucking, Marx is like, das Slime ist kein good, fucking nicht good, fucking slime, das Slime ist bad. All right, that's fucking Karl Marx directly from his mouth. Snails make slime? Is that really slime or is it just kind of like mucus? I don't even know what it is. I think it's like colloquially called slime, but I don't think like back in like the 1500s it would have been called slime, because I'm pretty sure slime is like a recent invention. It's like a toy, right? Yeah, I don't know.
Stable and yes, more clean. But middle class...
Oh, the COVID meta? Oh. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't care.
Intellectuals have another view. They think that dirty things and abstract expressionist art is edgy.
Oh my god, is he actually going into fucking postmodernist neo-Marxism now? What the How dare... This is the fucking Stalinist bullshit, like, oh, this is fucking like like cultural bourgeoisie. You can't make anything that's like too weird, or it's because that's not pro working class or some bullshit like that. This is actually the fucking like. This is a Nazbol argument. This is a fucking postmodernist neo-Marxism. How dare you, Jackson Pollock? How dare you, fucking toilet? Whoever made the fucking toilet fucking sculpture bullshit. This is literally, unironically, fucking like the postmodernist neo-Marxist argument.
And exciting. And that is the difference. Folks, there's a reason that the CIA, at the same time, it was covertly funding Trotskyites and anti-communist leftists with its Congress for Cultural Freedom program, also covertly funded the work of Jackson Pollock and tried to marginalize the School of Art.
Now, I don't know if this is true or not. I strongly suspect that the situation is a bit more complicated than he's letting on here. Even if the U.S. government... Wait, why would the CIA fund an art project? But even if the CIA, for some reason, funded Jackson Pollock, like, so what? It's a fucking art piece. If you don't like it, don't look at it. What is wrong with you? It's fucking art. It's some fucking splashes on a piece of canvas. Is this materialist thinking? Is this what Marx was talking about when he was talking about dialectical materialism? Like, if someone they make an art that you don't like, then that's that. He said that in Capital. If they make the art that you don't like, that's anti-working class or something. No, Marx never said any bullshit like that. This is some fucking Nazbol fucking talking points. Oh my god.
Known as social realism, because middle-class intellectuals and the
unironic fucking Stalin
elements in the U.S. government that funded them and support them deep down realize that the danger isn't from people exploring Marxism as an abstract idea. The danger to our society isn't from people debating the concept of gender and what it really means. The danger is solidarity. The danger is populism. The danger is working people.
So, okay, first of all, if that were true, then why have the bourgeoisie at various points up until very recently, but I would even argue even recently, if you look at, for example, why would Disney only have like a split second of like a gay couple kissing in like the last Star Wars movie and then cut that out for China? Companies have not exactly been on the forefront of fucking social justice. They've always lagged behind in that respect, okay? They always follow the crowd, okay? So, just because, like, these concepts may not be as explicitly dangerous to the existence of corporations as talking about gender is, that doesn't mean that therefore it must be bad. Do you only do things that piss corporations off? Well, I mean, like, I was about to say maybe yes, but then I was saying definitely not. I mean, maybe U.S. corporations, but he doesn't seem to be that opposed to the fucking authoritarian fascist capitalist, ultra capitalist oligarchy of the fucking Russian Federation. So,
putting aside racism, sexism, and all bigoted ideas and all forms of oppression, standing arm in arm and fighting back. And if you look all over the world, so many countries have broken free from capitalism. And when they've...
I don't know about that, my dude. I mean, there are a couple that are kind of trying. There's like Vietnam's trying. Fucking Rojava was trying. I'm not completely sure like what the status of Rojava is right now because it's kind of complicated, but there've been like a handful, but definitely not the ones that you're thinking. You're thinking of like the USSR and China and shit, and I whatever the fuck they were doing, it's not my fucking getting rid of capitalism. I tell you that shit.
Done it. They haven't tried to make their countries more slimy and gross. They haven't put up paintings of abstract art in Jackson.
Yeah, because how is he getting into this fucking ridiculous rant about abstract art? And yeah, because that's Thought Slime's entire ideology. It's just promoting abstract art and more slime. That's what he promotes, I guess. He's so fucking insane. Oh my god.
Pollock. Instead, they have built some of the most beautiful cities, some of the most beautiful subway systems, the most beautiful gardens that you've ever seen.
So, not a lot of people know this, but you ever notice that well, actually, no, I'm not bringing that up because I mean, the situations around that kind of complicated, but yeah, let's just move on. I mean, like, surely every fucking country has like created nice architecture. I don't really know of one country that has like only created shit architecture. So like, what kind of argument is this?
Working people are trying to get out of the slime. We're trying to get out.
Rojava is semi-capitalist? Yeah, like, the situation in Rojava is definitely pretty complicated, but like, I at least consider like trying to be anti-capitalist as like something like Cuba is also like kind of trying to be anti-capitalist. I think like trying at least counts for something, I guess, but in terms of like a fully socialist economy, I am not aware of any fucking country that has achieved that.
Of the cycle of destruction that capitalism has created. But Mr. Thought Slime, he's from a different school of thought. He has an ideology that's about destruction. For him, being a leftist is about tearing things down. It's about accusing people of being racist, sexist, homophobic, and shaming them. It's about shaming people for having privilege. It's about destruction. It's about chaos in the streets. It's about creating instability in society. And it's about destabilizing countries that break out of Western capitalism and staging color revolutions in places like Libya and Syria and Eastern Europe to overthrow socialist governments because they're not in line with his enlightened Western ideological views. That's his view. But for the rest of us, socialism is about building a whole new world. It's about the people coming first and not profits. It's about humanity coming together. It's about reorganizing the economy to serve public good and not profits. It's about a whole new way of doing things, where countries don't trade with each other at the expense of one another, but rather there's win-win cooperation, where countries become wealthier by trading with each other, and we no longer have a predatory system where
Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me? Okay, good. Yeah, so yeah, that's what China is doing. They're fucking doing trade, right? This is the fucking like dungest argument. Like, oh, okay, sorry guys, like I'm telling you, a lot of these problems are going to be fixed once I get my computer fixed, which is today. So this is probably going to be the last live stream where all of these fucking dumb problems happen, but whatever. Yeah. So yeah, this is what China is doing, right? It's like by literally taking over parts of land in various countries, by trapping countries in mountains of what seems to be almost permanent economic debts and subservience, by pioneering a new form of imperialism. All they're doing is trade, because this is what they do. Like at least the US will just do their fucking imperialism in secret or whatever. Like China will like do the imperialism, right? And then they'll like gaslight you into thinking that somehow they're not being imperialist, right?
big international bankers beat down developing countries. That's what socialism has really always been about. And in the countries that have built socialism, whether it be the Soviet Union, whether it be China.
Neither of which built socialism, but okay. Like, what does he think socialism is? Is socialism just when the government fucking owns shit? Is that what socialism is to him? I don't know.
Whether it be Cuba, Venezuela, the
Venezuela? That's just fucking bizarre, because Venezuela, like, more of Venezuela is within private hands than like fucking, definitely more than the Scandinavian countries, but I think even more than Canada. Like, I think like Venezuela has like, in terms of like private to public ownership, but they're fucking, in terms of private to public ownership, it's like fairly low. So I don't know where he gets this idea that Venezuela is socialist.
Just Arab socialist countries of the Middle East,
Arab socialist countries,
other countries around the world. That's what socialism has been about. It's been about making the world cleaner and nicer and more stable, bringing people together, eradicating the divisions.
Yeah, you make it more stable by just suppressing everyone who dissents against you.
that drive people against each other. That's what socialism is about. Real socialism is optimistic. But what Mr. Thought Slime is preaching, a pessimistic view that the world is all going to hell, that we're all using too many resources and need to be poorer.
He never said this. Like, this is all that he can do, right? Like, all that he can do is argue against a complete straw man off of one video that he saw from Thought Slime, doing no research into his actual background. That's all he can do. All he can do is construct a straw man and try to take that down, because he can't address his actual arguments.
That working people are inferior rabble because they don't understand his ideology, that every progressive fighter and leftist who may have a backward view on one question or other deserves to be beaten up and attacked violently.
When did he say this? Oh my god!
That worldview is a destructive worldview, and it's not a socialist worldview. And it's not surprising that some of the most powerful institutions in the United States have done a lot to promote such a destructive and pessimistic outlook.
Oh my god, is he actually doing the fucking, like, the transness Western imperialism bullshit? Oh, god. Okay. That was the video, guys. It was fucking awful and disgusting. I feel sick even having watched it. I'm sure you do too, but I hope that this was at least a bit entertaining. So, yeah. Final thing, we're moving on to fucking Kenshi. This is the last fucking thing. We're playing Kenshi for a little bit, and then we're signing out. Let me just read a bit of the comments first, and then I'll play an ad, and then we'll move on. Very America also whitewashes as imperialism. Yes, of course it does. But, well, it's a bit complicated because, like, while it does whitewash its imperialism, at least it, like, just tries to deflect it. Like, for example, not a lot of people in America actually know what the fuck the US is doing in Latin American countries, right? Because they do it in secret. Like, the CIA will do the fucking coups, and they try to keep the shit secret. China does the shit openly, and then just tries to gaslight everyone into believing that somehow this is, like, a fair and equitable trade agreement when it's really not. At least, like, the CIA tries to do their shit in secret, right? Because they know that the shit looks bad. I don't know. Is this Caleb guy actually an Oswald or something? Yeah, I think he is. Like, I've heard that he defends, like, defends Shulgin, literal fucking creator of the Oswald party. He defends Louis Farrakhan, literal fucking Nas. So, I don't know. Seems like an Oswald to me. It's when the government uses... Oh yeah, socialism is when the government uses socialist rhetoric. Because that's all the USSR and China were. It was just fucking socialist rhetoric. Modern imperialism is largely based around denying you're doing what you... Yeah, I mean, like... So, I usually try to, like, separate imperialism into sort of, like, 3 waves. So, like, there was a first wave of imperialism, which is just literally fucking taking over countries, right? And then there's second wave, which is, like, which the US pioneered, which is just fucking... You do your shit in secret, right? And you try to have coups against other countries, and you try to, like, replace... leaders of countries as figureheads that will be preferable to your sort of ideology and to your interests, right? China's created like a third wave of imperialism, which is like debt-based imperialism. So yeah, traumatic stories sending off my allergies. Watching from Kenya and Gaza, and China and Western countries are basically the same when it comes to helping us. Yeah, basically, right? Like, China is... I'd say at this point it might, in terms of Africa, it might be an even bigger threat than the US when it comes to Africa. Now, that's really debatable. But it is a giant threat to the libertary struggle and just like the general humanity and like self-determination of Africa and African countries. That's the reality of it. In Jamaica, I'm from Jamaica. In Jamaica, they're doing the same shit in Jamaica. The same debt-based bullshit. They own, literally, parts of Jamaica's land. I think so. The US does own, like, a little part, but China owns some islands that are around Jamaica as well. Any empire has to sell its imperialism to its people? I mean, yeah, basically. But at least, like, well... In a way, I mean, like, America just kind of tries to hide it. And like deny its existence, and in a way they gaslight in terms of like trying to pretend like it doesn't exist. Shinobu says all my homies ate nostrils. Yeah. All right. It's time for Kenshi. So I'm just gonna. Well, actually, I'm just gonna open it up, I guess. Okay, let me find Kenshi. I'm gonna try to find my mouse so I can actually play it that way. Actually, no, I don't think I can find my mouse because I've run out of USB ports. Yep, I think I ran out of USB ports. I'm just gonna have to use my trackpad. Alright guys, it's gonna be a bit hard for me to see chats because like normally I would be able to see it, but because like I said earlier, Restream doesn't seem to be able to display the comments from YouTube, at least right now. If I can ask you guys a favor, if you want me to be able to see your comments and to be able to respond to them while I'm playing Kenshi, please go over to Twitch, because I will be able to see the Twitch, but actually no, well maybe, I might be able to see Twitch chats while I am playing Kenshi. So please guys, if you want me to see your comments, go over to Twitch. Twitch.tv/SatanMadPun. Yeah. Yeah. Over to Twitch. China's basically trying to build Canada's 5G network so it can have that over us. Is that true? I actually didn't know that. I have no idea. I had no idea they were trying to build a 5G network. You can see that IMF started that base imperialism. I guess more like imposing neoliberal policies and data exploitation of third world. I mean, yes and no. I mean, like, it's hard to say that the IMF is imperialism because IMF isn't a country. So it serves, like, the IMF serves the interests of a few, like, really big countries like China, US, and etc. So in a way it's a kind of imperialism, but in a way it's not. It depends on how you define imperialism, I'd say, probably. But yeah. So guys, again, go to Twitch if you want me to see your comments. The IMF international and only works to pick your international corporations to work for a single country. Yeah, exactly. Alright. Remember guys, go to Twitch if you want me to see your comments. Thanks for following. Had a great time. I need to work on some stuff today, so y'all around. Alright, thanks my dude. I'll see ya. Can you hear me now? I think you can. But can you hear me now? Now? Okay, good. Sorry, my computer is... I'm getting my computer fixed today, so that's why it's just fucking being a bitch. But I knew that I... Yeah, sorry, like I was saying, yeah, like I was saying, my computer is kind of fucked. That's why I'm getting it fixed today. But yeah, that's why it's just kind of malfunctioning so much and why you can't hear me a lot of the time. Just because I need to get it fixed. I'm getting it fixed today, so next time I stream, a lot of these problems won't happen. But yeah, I had to do the stream today because one, I wanted to make a video and kill Maupin, and two, fucking Michael Brooks died and I had to say something. I'm sure you're pretty torn up about it too. Okay, is this good? Yeah, I think this is actually better than... Okay. Pants. Are these good? Are these good pants? Yeah, these pants are better. Okay, I think this is probably, yep, I'm gonna replace here. Is the sword good? Yeah, I'm gonna replace this sword here. Such a loss for progressive movement. I'm older than he was by 8. Wow, really? You're pretty old, man, dude. Actually thought he was like 50. A lot of people like Kyle were saying like, yo, he was around the same age as me. I was like, what? Wasn't this guy like 50? But he wasn't. He was like 37. He was 37, I think. But yeah, it's so crazy. Like I was so shocked. Like that is like really something that I would have never expected to happen, really. No, I think he was 37. Look it up. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I think he was 37. Yep, these boots are better. Oh, I'm picking these niggas off. Or picking these niggas clean, I should say. 37, you're 42? Yeah, I think he was 37 though, but look it up and tell me. Look it up and tell me, because I think he was in fact 32. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can sell some of this shit now. Is there a place or that? Yeah, over there. There's a general store. I think that's a general store. He was 36. Ah. Are you sure though? I'm almost certain I saw the number 37. It might be 37, and he just might be born in a year that makes it look like it's 36. I might be wrong though. It might be 36. Either way, really young. Really young. I need to pause this for a while. Say it's not on Wikipedia? Oh, well. No, but I felt like... Yeah, I felt like years ago or something, I looked it up and it said that he was like 50. So, the shit might... you can never judge a shit. Like, for like small leftist creators or small anyone really, it's kind of hard to trust Wikipedia. You never know. But I know that the Majority Report posted... I think Humanist Report, I think it was on, posted something that showed like the years that he was alive. Yeah, like I said, I need to get my computer fixed. That's why this shit is so shaky. There's another MB dude who same name. Oh really? Is that true? Oh. That might have been him. Show me your goods, nigga. Mike Brooks, yeah, he's the chemist. Oh. I think there's a journalist also called Michael Brooks, but not like that Michael Brooks, a different Michael Brooks. Laurelyn, what you got? Okay, selling this shit, selling this. Okay, Jill. What's up, Jill? Selling this and this. Okay, I'm pretty sure I dropped some shit out there, so I'm gonna get it from out there and come back and sell the shit. I can use some of these research books though. Just wanted to pop and see you around. See you, my dude. Alright. I think that's everything. Alright. I'm pretty sure there's some shit outside, so let me just get that shit. Come back. Oh fuck, this nigga died out here. Bro, these animals are so fucking ugly and shit. Alright. Damn, that's a good ass shirt. How's your pants? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Okay, this one is better. $830. Okay. Is this one better? Yep. Alright. Let's go sell this shit. Wait, actually, I'm pretty sure there's some shit out there too. Yep. Okay, Sakamisha, you pick that shit up. There's a sleeveless dust cut out there. Alright, let's go. Selling this. I think that's it. Selling this. Selling this. Selling this. We got everything. Alright. I don't know where we're going next, but we're just going out to fucking like discover some shit. I think the Deadlands are supposed to be really dangerous, so. Ah shit, where should we go? I guess there's nothing wrong with going over here. Because I want to know, like, what the heck's around my, around my hideout. So, let's head over here, see what we can find. Okay, let's go back to the homesteaders. Shit's loading. Okay, so the last time we checked in on these guys, these niggas were like basically pretty fucking, they're pretty lazy because I kept directing these niggas to do shit, but well actually half the time the shit was full because like I feel like I'm producing too much stuff because I can only hold so many building materials. Well, this is full. Let me try to take some shit from over here. But I can't actually make anything more, just because the thing's full. But I can do some stonework. Okay, Ruka, what are you doing? How much iron's in here? Full iron. How much? Okay. I think we can get some. We can actually make some more iron plates. Come on, Ruka. Get over there. Oh fuck. I didn't anticipate this. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe where else can you work? Is the copper mine full? Yeah, basically. Electrical components, I don't have any of those. Maybe there's something in here that you can do. Let's go in here. Because I've kind of forgotten like all of the shit that I've set up here. Okay, is this ready for harvesting? Time left to harvest, so yeah, it seems pretty ready. Okay, did you cook? Wait, all around me. I need this. Oh my god, my motherboard's still overheating. I should probably end this soon. Alright, let me get on that harvesting shit. Yeah, I can never fucking harvest this shit because I just feel like I'm producing too much stuff. Let me try to take some of these out. Alright. Okay, everyone's sort of busy, so let's see where the adventurers are. Oh, they're just kind of slowly at that. I mean, like, not that much time has passed, it doesn't look like. What I always love about Kenshi is that you can see just this world is just really, really big. I mean, it's obviously really barren, and it's clear that they made a lot of it kind of making a world like this wouldn't be too hard just because it's so big and it's so barren. But it's still really impressive. Like, I really like the way that this world is structured. Oh, who are these guys? Are these traders? Nigga, what? Blue Traders Guild. Alright. Blue, get over here. Nigga, stop running. Why are you running, nigga? Bro, I'm trying to get to you. You don't hear me calling you, nigga. Why are you running? Why are you running? I mean walking. Let's trade. I don't want to trade. It doesn't even look like they have anything for... I could use a skeleton repair kit, actually. Pretty sure one of my niggas has like a robot arm. Which one of us has a robot arm? Borolin has a robot arm. Alright. Regroup, guys. These niggas still limping. Wait. Izumi's limping too? How did she run so fast over to that guy too? This nigga out here faking. Out here that she wants to second mission as a character. Out here like, oh no, my leg! Meanwhile, she's running over to the niggas. Let's go. Who are these guys? What the fuck? Bean? The tech hunters? I don't know what this is. Let's talk to them. See, she's running! Lying ass nigga! Yeah, well, I don't need them. Fucking lying. What a Weasley little fucking Izumi. Get on straight. What a Weasley little liar, dude. Fucking always lying. What the fuck? Is this some Man of Steel shit? Out here with the fucking terraforming? What the fuck is this? These are lasers coming out of the sky? What? And these niggas out here walking into shit like, yep. Where? Oh, spider shit. Am I dumb? Are there lasers coming out of the sky? Bro, they're actual lasers coming out of the sky. My motherboard's overheating, so I should probably end it here. So yeah. Next time I'll play for longer because my motherboard probably won't be overheating. But thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time I stream, or in the next video, whichever comes first. Your next meme. Thanks so much again, guys. Appreciate you so much. And